Good evening. It's wonderful to be back with you once again, isn't it, Ronnie?
Indeed it is. And in a packed programme tonight, I shall be talking to the Animal Freedom Now group, who claimed a big success today after they raided the Amersham branch of the Army and Navy stores and liberated 4 dozen donkey jackets.
And I'll be talking to a man who crossed a Venus flytrap with a sprig of mistletoe to get a plant which gives you a nasty bite but then kisses it better.
But first, the news. Claims that Mr. Norman Tebbit is becoming more popular were confirmed today. Somebody touched him with a barge pole.
After the funeral at Watford Gap today of Britain's worst motorway chef, Crispin Stodge, former customers stayed behind to dance on his gravy.
The Bromsgrove woman who caused traffic chaos by making love to a succession of men in her sports car has pleaded not guilty to obstructing the highway. She says she was only giving way to oncoming motorists.
But sad news tonight from Lord George Davidson's circus, where, after an unfortunate accident, Purjo, the human rhubarb stick, has been forced into retirement.
And now a sketch featuring Mr. Ronnie Corbett, just back from acting in a film in the Sahara Desert with Raquel Welch. She rather put him in the shade.
I say, that was really jolly good, that was. I must say, I really enjoyed that. Thanks very much. I say, it's a super game, isn't it? I can't understand why I've never tried it before. Absolutely lovely. I loved it. But thanks to you, old boy, of course, from now on, I shall be a dedicated squish player.
Squash.
Pardon?
The game is called squash.
Oh, squash, that's right. Yes, I'm sorry. Who actually won? I mean, I couldn't quite grasp the scoring mechanism. You know, I mean, did I win?
Yes, you played. Yes, you won. You won.
Oh, that's good. How many goals did I get?
Goals?
Well, you know, the thing is, runs.
Points.
Runs. Points.
Points.
Points, yes.
Points.
How many points did I get?
Well, the score was, if you want to know,
Yes.
game love,
Yes.
game love, game love, game love. See?
Yes.
You won 4 games to love.
Oh, I see. So I got 4 and you got love.
Yeah.
I see. How many is love?
Love is nothing.
Oh, no, that's not right, I'm sure, because I'm sure you got a goal earlier on, right at the beginning.
A point.
A point, I mean.
A
Yes,
point. Yeah, well, yes, of course I did. That was when you...
Oh, I know. I was holding the thing by the wrong end. I must remember. Hold the bat by the thin end.
The racket.
Racket, I mean.
The
Yes.
racket.
Yes.
This is a ball.
Yes.
The game is called squash.
Yes.
Let us start from basic principle.
Yes.
The whole thing is called squash.
Squash.
This is a ball.
Yes.
This is a blasted racket. You see that? That is a racket.
I see. Will it work now? You've done that?
I don't much care, to be honest. I'm not going to be playing squash anymore, ever.
Oh, I say, that's a pity, because I was hoping we could have another game next week. I mean, I thought, well, you know, I thought I might get a bit better.
A bit better? A bit better? Look, matey, I am the secretary of this squash club. You know, I mean, I captain the A team. You know, I'm one of the best players round here, as a matter of fact. You know, I won the area finals last year and all that sort of thing, you know. You know, I'm good. You know, good. And you come along here, if I may say so, you never played the game before. You're vastly overweight, if I may say so. You're very slow on the court. You've gone out in that court in your ruddy Burton suit, and you thrashed me. You pounded me into the ground. You pulverized me in front of my friends. 4 games to love. Well, how do you do it?
Beginner's luck?
It's a fluke. That's what it is, a fluke, mate. It won't happen again, I'll tell you what. Won't happen the next time.
No, well, it won't be next time with it, because you've broken your rocket.
My racket! I'll get a new one, I don't care, I'll get a new one. Look, mate, I'll get a new one, and tomorrow morning, here, 10 o'clock, things will be different.
Oh, no, sorry, old boy, no, not tomorrow, no can do.
What do you mean, no can do?
Well, I've got to go up to a place called Lord's tomorrow. I've got to meet 2 chaps called Botham and Willis. I've got to play a game called Cracket or something.
Our guest this week, ladies and gentlemen, Elaine Page. say, Godfrey.
What is it, Humphrey?
How's your headache?
She's out playing bridge.
Come on, old fellow. You shouldn't talk about the old girl like that, you know. Love makes the world go round.
Well, so's a punch on the nose, old man. No, I've had bad luck with both my wives. The first one divorced me, and the second one won't.
It's a case of love at first sight with me.
Well, why didn't you marry her?
I saw her again on several occasions.
So you married someone else?
Yes. She's frightfully slow.
Slow? What at?
Everything, old boy. Takes her a whole day to make instant coffee. The trouble is, I'm henpecked.
Oh, mustn't be, old lad. No, mustn't be. Stand up to her. Show her who's boss.
I'm going to. I've made up my mind. I'm going to pluck up courage and tell her something I've been wanting to tell her for ages.
Oh, what's that?
I must have a new apron.
Hello and welcome to the book programme. William Shakespeare, it is generally agreed, has provided the English language with more sayings, proverbs and quotes than any other writer. Every other book title is a quote from the bard. Many plays in the theatre do the same. Why then should not television follow suit? Here, with a little help from our caption department, is a scene from Edward VI, Part 1.
Dearest coz, the time draws fast apace, when for my crowning we must soon prepare.
My liege, I have the information close.
Then spill it out. Thou art already late. Thou hadst forsworn to bring me news at 10. But tell me first, how may I seek to rid my royal self of that arch villainess that calls herself the Queen?
Queen, so she is. She is your consort, sire, or will be so when you are crowned next week in Westminster. Throughout the land, her beauty is renowned. Her person is respected nationwide.
Her person is the Duke of Hastings, sir. He is her lover and must get the chop. Daily they flaunt their fever in the court. He arrogant and bold, and she all smiles, contented with her lot and with her bed, each night with her bride's head revisited. Revenge shall be complete. My crowning's perk, my coronation's treat. Furnish evidence withal. Observe the Queen's speech when she's with him close. As oft, beneath the starry sky at night, he speaks in tones both moribund and wise. When he, during the reign of John, kept silent and endured the tyrannies. Then mind her.
That will I, most royal liege. He often plots with Lovell against the crown.
These points of view are treason, you well know. He can it think, but can he ever it show? He must be cornered with some trumped-up charge of treasonable acts, both little and large. And then he is transported to the Tower. No blemish shall besmirch my nuptial hour. Come, dancing maidens! Trumpets, play away! Drums that do beat at night must throb in day. As the songs of praise proclaim us wed, let Hastings lose his head.
That's been in a filthy state. Out in the street, you'll find us morning, noon and tea time on our beat. Sweeping up the bits of litter around your feet, to keep the highways and the byways nice and neat. Let me repeat, out in the street, you'll find us out there in the cold or in the heat. It is our duty to perform and to complete the sort of work that can be hardly called a treat, not very sweet. Out in the street, just a couple of working doing our job like others, putting up with all the jokes from the passer's-by. Some Somebody has to. Somebody has to do it. Nobody wants a mucky job, but someone must go through it. Somebody's got to lift it, shovel it up and shift it, sweep it and scrape it, squash it and shape it, kick it around and try to get rid of it, keeping it nice and tidy, so long as we're paid on Friday. What's the point in making a lot of fuss? Oh, we may all poo-poo it, somebody has to do it, and somebody's decided that it's us. It ain't much fun. It is the sort of work a lot of people shun. But then it can't be said that we're the only one. There are a lot of other jobs that must be done. That ain't much fun. Now take the Queen. Although the work she has to do is nice and clean, it must be tiring being on the public scene. And looking fresh as paint no matter where she's been. And still serene. It may look just like a game. All that glamour, all that fame may be so, but just the same, rather her than me. Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. Nobody wants to be the Queen, but someone must go through it. Opening public functions, banquets and balls and luncheons, ruling the land and waving her hand and changing the guards and trooping the colour and training the derby winner, getting the Duke his dinner, babysitting for the Prince of Wales, smiling and looking regal, acting like Anna Eagle, and always keeping clear of the horses' tails. That's where we come in. Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. Somebody's decided, somebody's decided that somebody has to do it, and that's us. I say, Godfrey.
What is it, Humphrey?
You've got your shoes on the wrong feet.
It's impossible. These are the only feet I've got. Anyway, my head is in no fit state to think about my feet.
Hungover?
Absolutely draped, oh boy.
Well, cheer up, old lad. No one ever died of a hangover.
Oh, don't say that, Humphrey. It's only the hope of dying that's keeping me alive.
Who were you with, Godfrey?
Oh, Geoffrey, Humphrey. We both left the party together. He was so drunk I couldn't see him. I took him to the East End for coffee.
Should never give coffee to a drunk. All you get is a wide-awake drunk. Is he better now, then?
Well, he's getting better. He's in hospital.
Hospital? Why?
Well, we were sitting on the Westminster Bridge playing who could lean over the farthest, and he won.
Get out of it, you buggers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't want to overdo it. That's right. Good day, Ross.
Did I cry?
You're late, mate. We're supposed to be having a meeting here.
Only past.
I know that, you stupid drongo, but where were you yesterday?
Had some strife with me car. Pack of dingoes ate the tyres. Dropping?
What's dropping?
Kookaburras dropping by the look of things. You know what? I went down the billabong. I was bitten on the centre-pond by a girl again.
What do you have?
Rabies, no my luck. Stru's got a mouth like Tutankhamun's armpit.
I'm afraid there's no beer. The delivery truck was commandeered to fight a bushfire.
They used beer to put the fire out?
Yeah, after they drunk it, yeah. What do you taking a drink then, eh?
What's that new glass?
Dust.
I'll have a big one of those. Where's Bruce?
Bruce went out the back about 3 days ago to the dunny.
Don't take that long to read the paper.
I know, I reckon the spider got him.
I thought you'd blocked all the holes up.
Well, I did, but he was living in the toilet roll. Yeah, Bruce had never locked himself in there. He can't get out, now we can't get in either. Have you seen anything of Wayne McLaren?
Only his belly button. He went to Hanging Rock with some abos. Turned out he was the picnic. Where's Rooney?
Rooney's gone a bit strange. I reckon the loneliness has got to him.
Well, he should never have joined the Rolf Harris fan club.
Anyhow, his wife reckons he was wandering and acting queer. Now he's gone mince about.
So there's only you, me and Dennis?
Yeah, except Dennis.
Oh, him too?
Yeah, he went down to Dawson's Creek to pray for rain, and it did.
He drowned it?
No.
Jellyfish?
No.
Water snake?
No, he was washed out to sea. Was found in 7 separate sharks.
Typical. Just an excuse, the wowzer.
Yeah.
You ought to have made the effort to get here, oughtn't you, eh?
Well, let's get on with it now. Come on now.
I made the effort after all I got here, didn't I? Had a bit of luck, well, you have to. A sandstorm blew up and the alligators couldn't see us, you see. I lost my sandwiches. I was just going to eat some deadly nightshade when the locusts got it. And would you believe I was bitten on the upper thigh with a king snake? And a swarm of vampires came down and sucked the poison out.
Well, don't let's waste time on trivialities, Ross. We come here to rehearse this commercial. Yeah, what do you think of that, a thunk up?
Yeah, together, you mean?
Yeah. Hey, you drongos. Come and visit Australia for a safe and reliable sunshine holiday of a lifetime. Yes, you bombs. Come and say good day.
Oh, my heart, it is on fire, and it's burning just for you. 'Cause you fill me with desire, and you want me through and through. Yet you won't fulfill my yearning. You just dampen down my dreams, putting out the fire that's burning. Throw cold water on my sleeves. Every night I'm all alight when you're around. So tell me why you always try to cool me down. Do you really want to squirt me? Do you really want to make me wet? Do you really want to squirt me? Do you really want to make me wet? Do you really want to squirt me? Do you really want to hose me down? That would ruin all my makeup, mess my hair and spoil my nice new gown. Sitting on the beach, big marbles with me coconut, when I heard a sort of screech, and I must admit it froze my guts. I walked back along the shore, where the smell of seaweed fills the breeze. There I found my cockatoo, lying there among the banyan trees. There's something wrong, me parrot died, lying there upon his side. I'm sorry, but I can't decide whether to have him boiled or fried. Now I'm sitting drinking rum from. Ain't nobody left worth talking to, 'cause I've lost my little chum. Everybody loved my cockatoo. He would whistle at the girls, blow a raspberry at the policeman's wife, taught the missionary to swear. Now he's good for is the carving knife. Now hear my son, my parents died. He's lying there upon his side. I guess the only thing to do is fricassee our cockatoo.
A dollar, he's a dollar, he's a dollar.
Tonight, I would like, if I may, to relate a very funny story that I heard when I was... Sorry, what's that? I think the producer just shot himself. Plenty of time for that when we get to the joke. Anyway, this is a very funny story that funnily enough, that noise is reminding me of a very old show business adage, you know, that every time you hear an unexpected noise like that, a bang, it means that someone backstage who doesn't like your act. That's true. Now, the story I was going... I see. I think they've missed out the tea lady, actually. Oh, I see. Thank you very much for that vote of confidence. Slightly bad timing. What I was going to say was that tonight I have actually been sponsored to tell a joke for charity. Now, this means that every time I get a laugh tonight, £1 will go to the Shepherd's Bush Home for underprivileged studio audiences. All right, I know what you're thinking. How will they manage on 50p? No, and there he goes again, trying to make us feel guilty for not laughing at his pathetic old jokes. But the fact is, I do have a philanthropic side to my nature. Certain things are very close to my heart. My feet, for example. Now, and I'd like, if I may, to dedicate it to my agent, a very dear friend. To be honest, his business has fallen on hard times lately. Once upon a time, when you rang the office, you got this highly sophisticated answering machine, and now they've got a parrot that takes messages. Well, everyone's having to trim back these days, aren't they? I mean, to be honest. Where I live, you know, they've just opened a self-service crematorium. And the GLC's cutbacks are beginning to bite, too. Once upon a time, to dig a hole in the road, they used a pneumatic drill. Now they've got Cyril Smith on a pogo stick. There I go, rambling again. And to be honest, I'm rambling away here. I'm already in the producer's bad books this week. On Wednesday, I was up in his office waiting to see him, reading rather an interesting magazine article, actually, about the dying art of roof thatching by Arthur Scargill's hairdresser. At one point, Barry Manilow put his nose round the door. And, well, not all the way round, obviously. You know, about halfway round, you know. And then in came the producer's secretary, a very pleasant lady. Very nice indeed. Not altogether with it, but very nice. I once asked her for a fibre tip, and she told me to eat more prunes. So she sent me into the producer now, who, to be honest, was still looking a bit shaky. He'd been trying to adjust the height on his swivel chair, and he screwed his head into the ceiling. He beckoned me over with his mug of starch-reduced whitbread, and he said, Corbett, he said, what is all this I hear about these photos? I said, photos? Now, I knew it would get out sooner or later. The fact is, and you might as well know it now, I recently posed for a set of nude photographs for Playgale magazine under the heading Raunchy Ronnie. A comic stripped. It's all very tasteful, actually, you know. I mean, the nude centerfold is all quite decent, you know. unless you lift the staple. Things we do for a laugh. Anyway, he wasn't too pleased, so to keep my nose clean tonight, no rambling of any kind, straight on with the story. Picture the scene. A sleepy little village in Surrey. Nice old semi-detached house. Man in bed with the wife. Wife's husband comes home. Nothing unusual so far. Well, straight away, the wife jumps out of bed, wipes the steam off the windows. Memories of Brian and Julie. Looks outside, and down below, there's her husband getting out of the car, carrying a dead cow on his shoulders. My God, she said, he's come back early from the slaughterhouse and brought some work home with him. Well, it so happens that I know because I myself once worked in a slaughterhouse. The Vasco Empire, it was called. I was in a pantomime, you know, where the audience threw so much fruit, Humpty Dumpty ended up as a tomato omelette. So there's this couple in the bedroom, and the man, not wanting to risk sliding down the drain pipe with no clothes on, leaps. The pain of that has caused silence. Leaps across the room and hides in the wardrobe. And as he's in there crouching in the shadows, suddenly he hears this voice saying, "Coo, isn't it dark in here?" And he looks down, and there beside him is this little boy, you see. "Good gracious," he said, "how long have you been in here?" Little boy said, "I've seen everything, and I'm going to tell my daddy." "Oh, no, don't do that," said Chapsy, "don't do that. Look, if you promise to keep quiet," he said, "I'll give you a nice, crisp £10 note." "Certainly not," said the little boy. "I've been brought up as a good Catholic boy, and that would be bribery. Besides, 10 quid's not enough." So the chap says, "All right, 5 quid." He says, "Done." A sad indictment on our educational standards today. So he takes the money, and he's sitting there at breakfast, the little boy, the next day, brandishing this £5, and his father says, "Where did you get that?" He said, "A nice gentleman gave it to me, Daddy." Father said, "Don't tell me a lie, you stole it, didn't you? You're a disgrace to your religion, and you know what happens to people who mock their religion. Their fingers all drop off, one by one." He says, "Look at Dave Allen." Now, off you go to church, he says, and confess. So off the little boy goes to the local church, steps into the confessional box and pulls the curtain behind him, looks round, he says, "Coo, isn't it dark in here?" And a voice from the other side says, "Not you again."
On the 7th of June, 1844, on the remote marshlands of northern Canada, the last living example of the great auk was found dead. Believing it to be enchanted, the villagers fashioned a model of the bird in purest gold. Legend decreed that the golden auk possessed strange magical powers and a prophetic warning for all mankind. For 100 years, greed and avarice drove many men to kill for it. This is their story. 1933, and the golden auk has been missing for 20 years, until the beautiful archaeologist, Melissa Winthrop, stumbles across a letter revealing the statue's whereabouts. But a foreign power are soon onto her. To kidnap her and make her talk, the Germans dispatch their evil emissary, Dr. Heinrich von Hesseltine. With Melissa in the clutches of the Nazis, there is only one man in England equipped to rescue her. Little Hampton Jones, world famous troubleshooter, and the only man known to have failed the medical for the Ovaltinis. A demon with a horsewhip, Little Hampton could rope in a wild animal at 25 feet. A master of illusion, Little Hampton smuggles himself into Germany disguised as a nun. He soon tracks down his arch adversary, von Heseltine, to a crumbling old house near Munich.
Tell us where we can find the orc.
No, never, never. No, no, damn you.
You do not impress me with your false bravado, Miss Winslow. I have known grown men sell their own grandmothers rather than endure the traditional Bavarian folk dancing.
No, no.
Where is it? Where is it? Tell me where I can get the bird. How to shine the light in the face. Not my face. Your face. Now, my dear, you will tell me where I can find it. I think you should know that I am not a man to be trifled with, my dear.
No, he is not a man to be trifled with.
Either you tell me the
He
where...
will soon make you talk. Don't worry about that.
Either you tell me the whereabouts...
No one will make people talk.
Tell me where I can find
No
this...
one in the whole of Germany. Maybe one or two of the top Gestapo using the latest truth runs. But he is the quickest, definitely. Oh, he can wring a confession out of you so fast.
Will you shut up? Who is carrying out this interrogation, you or me? I'm surrounded by simpletons. Shut your great fat gulp. Now, my dear, in return for this information,
You promised not to shout at me.
I promise I won't shout at you anymore. I won't shout at you. It's a nice little thump. Now, my dear, you've had time to consider my question. What is your answer?
Go boil your face, you big fat sauerkraut.
I see. You want time to think it over. Very well. But let me assure you, my dear Fräulein, that I shall stop at nothing until the fabled orc is in my hands. Never shall I let up until its magic and secret prophecies are mine. No one, but no one, makes a fool out of me.
I told you, it's murder.
Hello, you.
Come to save you. My God, you're beautiful. Is there a knife anywhere?
I think there's one on the desk.
You're undone.
So are you.
You knew what I'd been through.
I think I can guess. How on earth did you get across the grounds? Don't you know von Hesseltine's got an army of pygmies with poison darts?
Pygmies, poison darts? I've never heard anything so ridiculous.
You idiot! Have you seen the seat of your trousers?
Is it serious?
Serious? The poison's fatal unless it's sucked out straight away. Well, I think that's got it all out now, Mr. Jones.
Call me Little Hampton.
Damn lucky we find this.
Where shall I hide?
Now, my little dove, you have had time to consider. I hope that you have now decided To be a sensible girl. So far, I've been very patient with you, my dear. But I must warn you that... I think I should warn you that my patience is not entirely inexhaustible. I thought there was someone in here.
And so, 1 year later, with the great auk restored to its place of honor in the British Museum...
You never really believed it, did you, Miss Winthrop? You know, all this hokum about magic prophecy.
Who knows? I don't suppose there's really any truth in it. It's flying! My God, it's flying!
Well, so much for that.
Just for one moment there. Oh, well, I guess that's that. There never was a secret prophecy attached to it after all.
Well, that seems to be just about all we have time for tonight, but before we go, a few items of late news.
Yes, the All-England Pro-Am Wine Tasting Festival ended today when the President carried out the closing ceremony and 2 waiters carried out Oliver Reed.
All the hens at a chicken farm in Woodbridge, Suffolk, stopped work today in protest against flexible roostering.
And finally, Oscar Chumworthy, Grantham's most sociable man, was buried today. In a series of tributes, he was described as a big wheel in the Rotarians, a brick in the Masons, and a right weirdo in the Oddfellows.
Next week, we'll be bringing you edited highlights of the Gay Lib Highland Games, and we'll be watching them tossing the salad.
And I'll be interviewing health food fanatic Sir Oswald Muesli.
Until then, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night.
Good night. Good night.